Hey guys, good morning everyone. I'm audible.
सर।
Yes, sir.
No one is coming today offline.
सर बस पास नहीं बनवाया सर, इसलिए नहीं आया, सोमवार से आएंगे।
अरे चलो मैं आपके लिए आया ना, फिर से ऑनलाइन ही ले लेता मैं। चलो ठीक है, फिर ऑनलाइन ही करते हैं आज, कोई
ठीक है
नहीं।
सर।
ओके, गिव मी अ मिनट गाइस। So let's just proceed. So in the last class, we have started with a topic called conditional statements, right? We have seen few conditional statements. So let me just open my address.
आज स्विच केस पढ़ाएंगे सर।
Yes. Hi guys, sir. Sorry guys, we just lost the power here. The internet went and came. So now I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible, guys? Now, guys.
हाँ
Yes,
सर.
sir.
Okay, thanks for that. So let me just remove all these things. Yep. So, last class we have seen the conditional statement in which I guess we have seen if condition, else condition, if else condition, nested if condition we have seen, right? So next we'll see something called switch condition. So what is exactly a switch condition means nothing but, see, when we have multiple conditions and based without any checking, okay, if we know the exact scenario when which condition need to be executed, at that time switch case can be used easily. So I'll tell it as switch case, okay. The syntax of the switch case, I would like to write it here as something called syntax. Okay, it is very easy, guys, and very simple also. Just look at here. I'll tell switch, okay, and open and close, and I'll tell something called case here, switch of case here. I'll open the bracket and I'll tell it as something called case, okay, one, and I'll tell it as something called case two, okay. Next, I'll tell it as something called case three. Many cases like this, how much cases we want, those many cases we can write, okay. There is no restriction for that. At the last, what will happen, there will be one extra statement that we call it as something called default statement, okay. Default statement. After that, what we'll do, we'll close this. Now what is this going to happen here is exactly, if you ask me, that is, if I, one second, if I take this as my switch case here, what will happen in the switch statement? See here, whatever the cases number is there, that case number will pass. If we am choosing case is equals to 1, then immediately control will come to the case 1. What and all statement are present in the case 1 will be executed. Okay. Suppose if I have written case 2, then case 1 will not be executed. Directly it will come to the case 2 and case 2 will be executed. Similarly for case 3. If here 1, 2, 3 up to 5 I have written, and by chance also if user passes, so that is a 6 number. Now tell me that 6 number, if it is not at all available, then default statement it will come here, and what and all statement you have written in the default, that will be executed. Am I clear with the some at least theoretical part of the switch case?
Yes,
Guys?
sir.
Okay. So now let's just practically see that how does a switch case looks like. Now I want to print which day it is, okay, based on the user choice. That is, I'll ask the user to enter some number. I'll tell new scanner, okay. I'll tell system dot in. I'll create a reference here as something called scan here. I'll ask the user to enter a number. I'll tell enter a number, okay, number. So what I'll do, I'll collect a number. I'll tell int choice is equals to scan dot next int, okay. Now I'll tell it as something called switch case, okay, switch case, and here I'll pass something called choice, okay. Let me just remove this one, and this is also not required. Let me just remove. I'll tell here as something called case is equals to 1, okay. Now similarly, I would like to create few more cases here, okay. Now I'll tell this as a case 2, and here I'll tell case 3, and I'll tell it as case, okay. And for default statement, 1 second, oh, this belongs to this one, this belongs to this one, and yep, okay. And I'll close this. Yeah, so this is fine. Now look at here, guys. In the case 1, what I'll do, if user chooses case 1, I'll tell it as something called Monday, okay, Monday, and I'll tell this one as something called Tuesday, okay, Tuesday. Similarly, I'll take it as something called Wednesday, okay, and I'll tell this one as something called Thursday, okay. Next, one more is required. Okay, Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I'll tell it as something called Friday, and I'll tell something called Saturday, okay. And let me make this one as something called 5, and I'll tell it this one as 6. Okay. And in the default statement, I'll write to the user as something called please enter a valid choice. Okay. Please enter a valid choice. Okay. Please enter a valid choice. And I don't want to perform go ahead means I'll just write as something called system dot exit. Okay, exit status, I'll give it as 0. Okay. Now, what is the system dot exit 0, guys? Means suddenly if you're working in your program and you want to halt it and come out of the program and give back the control to the JVM back, at that time what we can do is we can make use of something called system dot exit of 0. System dot exit of 0. So understood now. What is happening here is, that is, I'll ask the user to enter a choice. If user enters 1, then immediately it will come to the case 1, and what will happen? Monday will be printed. If user tell 2, then it will print Tuesday. Next 3 means Wednesday. Like this, the based on the user choice, what will happen? The cases will be executed. If any of the cases, if user is given, if it is not matching it, suppose user chooses 7 here. Now tell me, is the 7th case available? No. So directly it will go to the default and it will execute the default state. Am I clear? Guys?
sir.
So now I'll show you something. Now you should carefully look at here. Okay. I'll come here, enter a number. I'll ask the user to enter number 6. Okay. Now 6 means what is that we are expecting now? He should print as Saturday, right? So can you see here? Saturday, and look at here. And please enter a valid choice is also coming up. Okay, let me run once again. I'll tell us something called 1. Can you see here? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday means all the statements are getting executed. But as per my explanation, which case number I'm going to write, only that need to be executed, right? Guys. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
In that case, what you have to do is you need to make a small change here. See here, whenever what happens here, it will come to the case 1. See here, switch case is not actually deciding which case need to be executed. It is going to decide from which case it need to start executing. If you tell 1 means from here it will execute all the cases. If you tell 5, only from 5 all the cases it will execute. If you tell 3, from 3 all the cases it will execute. No, sir, I don't want to do that. If I tell 1, only 1 case 1 should be executed, means you need to write one control statement here. That is something called like break. Okay. What is this break? Break is nothing but a control statement. Means after it will come and execute this case 1, as soon as it tell break, it will come out of the switch case so that other cases will not be executed. So let me show you that. Here, break here. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, yep, ready. So for default need not, as usual, as this is completed, it is completely coming out of the program only. Now I'll run the program. You can check the output here, guys. So what I'll do, I'll tell 1. Can you see here? Only Monday is executing. Next, I'll tell something called 5. So only Friday. See here. Now, which case number you are going to give? Only that case will be executed, and below that cases will not be executed continuously. So what we have to do here, very simple, guys, we need to do here, that is after executing that particular statement, we need to mention a break statement. What is a break statement? Break statement is nothing but the control statement. After executing that case, it will come out of the which one? Only switch case. It will not go out of the program. Break means the current loop, whatever the case is there, the bracket within, from that it will come out. Okay, but system.exit means what? It will come out of the program itself. Am I clear, guys?
Sir.
Okay, copy the syntax and the program quickly. Guys, completed? Guys, can I proceed? Everyone acknowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is about the conditional statement. I believe you understood. So let's just proceed with the next topic. Very interesting and very useful topic. That is something called looping statements. Okay. So when it comes to the looping statements, we have variety of looping statements in the Java. Okay. So let me just name it. I believe you people have already studied. Okay. Let me go ahead and write some looping statements. Okay, looping statement. The very first looping statement we will usually prefer is something called for loop. Okay, for loop. Okay, second one is something called while loop, and third one we have something called do while loop. Okay, do while loop. Okay. Now, when come to the loop, means what does the term loop defines, guys? Means repeating. If the same thing, if it's getting repeated again and again, then such kind of a statement, we call it as a looping statement, right? Like this, it will be repeated here, like this. Okay. So same thing here, if in case some tasks need to be executed, you will write a code for that. If same task need to be repeated again and again, multiple times, then you, instead of writing manually, then what you'll do, you'll make use of a looping statement so that it can be automatically repeated, so that it will reduce your work of yours and the number of lines of code that you are going to write for that. So for an example, let me just give you the syntax of something called for loop first. Okay. Where is it? Yeah. Let me write a syntax of a for loop first. Carefully listen, guys. Okay, I know everyone thinks that they know the for loop, but I'll show you some things. Okay, what you should be aware in the for loop, what they will expect you in an interview, at least not in an interview. Being my student, you should be aware of these things. Okay, so carefully listen to me. I'll tell it as something called for syntax. I'll tell it as something called initialization, comma, I'll tell it as something called condition, comma, I'll tell either incrementation or decrementation. I believe both you know, right? Incrementation and decrementation means. Okay, I'll come back here. I'll tell open and I'll tell it as something called body. Okay, and I'll just close it here. So this is the basically a small syntax of which one, that is a for loop. Okay, this is a small syntax for this one. Now just observe carefully what I'm going to explain now. If you understand that one, you can understand the rest of the things easily. So what is that? Initially, whenever you run the program, okay, see guys, control will come to the initialization here, initialization part. And what will happen? This initialization happens only once in the lifetime of the for loop. Once the for loop is been initialized, after that, control will never come to the for loop once again until unless the for loop is restarted once again. Okay, so remember, very first thing what will happen, control will come to the initialization. Once the initialization is completed, it will directly jump to the condition. Okay, now it will check the condition. If the condition, what it will do, it will be going to return two things. That is the Boolean value. Either condition will return true value or either it is going to return the false value. Now, if the condition returns true value, it will come inside a body, for loop body, and it will execute the body. If the condition is returning false, it will come out of the for loop. It will go to the next line of the for loop, whatever the program you have written here it will come. So let me just reiterate it. That is, control will come to initialization. Initialization is completed. Then it will jump to the condition. Once the condition returns true, it will go inside the body. It will execute the body. Once the body is executed, the control will come back to this incrementation and decrementation based on the condition. Whether increment or decrement it will happen, then what will happen? Again, it will come back to the condition. It will never go to the initialization. In the condition, again, it will check the condition. Again, condition returns true. It will come inside the body. It will execute the body. And again, it will go back here. By chance also, if the condition returns false, then what will happen? It will come out of the for loop and it will proceed with the next execution. Am I clear? Flow is
sir.
clear? Okay. So let me just write some example. Quickly look at and tell me the output of this particular program. So initially, let me write some basic program. Let me write some basic program. I'll tell it as something called let me just print here as something called hi. Okay. So output of this program is what, guys? Hi, right? Hi will be printed once. So you can see here, hi is getting printed. Now, hi, I want to print 10 times means same thing I need to write 10 times. Rather than that, since same task need to be repeated again and again, I'll make use of a looping statement. I'll tell as for int I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to, I want to repeat how many times? I need to repeat 10 times, then I'll tell less than or equal to 9. And then what I'll tell I plus plus. So let's check how it is going to work here now. Now look at here, guys. Initially, what is happening? I want to declare a temporary variable I. So you know, right, Java, it is a statically typed language. You cannot directly write a variable. For if you're writing a variable, you need to declare the data type. So I'm telling inside a I, I'll store integer data. So I've declared the data type as an int over there. Next, what is going to happen? Once this is done, so I'm storing 0. 0 is an integer, so definitely store. So what is happening? I have initialized the value. I'm telling that I should start from 0. So initialization is completed. Now tell me 0 is less than or equal to 9. It is true or false? Tell me.
True.
True, right? Then what will happen? As I said, once the condition returns true, control will go inside the body. And what will happen? It will execute the body. In the body, what I have written, I'm printing as system.out.println. Hi means hi will be printed once. After that, is there anything left in the body? Yeah? No. Then control will go to the incrementation and decrementation. Since I have written the incrementation here, what will happen? I plus plus means we have studied right already in the previous class. That's what will happen. I value will be incremented by 1. So initially I value was 0. Now I value is 1. Now tell me here, is 1 less than or equal to 9? True or false? Definitely true. It will go inside, it will print hi. Again, it will go there. Again, I value will be incremented. I value will become 2. 2 less than or equal to 9. It is true. It will come inside the body. Again, it will print hi. The same thing, it will be repeated for 10 times. At one point of time, I value will become 10. Now, what will happen? The condition will check here. 10 is less than or equal to 9 now. No, false. Then once the condition returns false, what will happen? It will not go inside a for condition. It will come out of the for condition and your program will be terminated. So look at here. I'll run the program. You can see here 10 times hi is getting printed here. Am I clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any doubt in the for loop? Please do ask. No doubt? Fine, yes. Then quickly copy this. Remember, I'm going to give some programs now. You should be able to answer quickly. Completed? Okay. Fine, guys. So let's just proceed with the next thing now. Now I'll before giving the complicated things and what is that you are going to get tricked in an interview. Let's perform some basic programs for that. Now I would like to expect you guys to print the numbers 1 to 10. Okay, I want you to print the number 1 to 10. So very simple. Now, what is the possibility? How we can do is that is system.out.println 1, system.out.println 2, like this up to 10 we can do. Otherwise, using a for loop, we can easily print the number how much ever we want by using just 1 or 2 lines. That is sufficient. So let me just write a program for this one. Then I'll explain. I'll just tell print here as an I, and I'll tell less than or equal to less than or equal to 10, and I'll tell this one as 1. So this time what is that I'm trying to do here is that I'm telling I value starts from 1, it should go up to 10. Okay, now tell me initially I value is 1. Now tell me 1 is less than or equal to 10, true, then it will come inside, and I'm telling print I contains what now? 1. So what will happen? 1 will be printed, again control will go there, I value will be incremented, I value is now 2. Now tell me 2 is less than or equal to 10, true, it will come inside a for loop and it will print I means what is now 2. So 2 will be printed like this. What will happen? 1 to 10 will be printed. So let me run here and check here, guys. 1 to 10 has been printed easily. Is it clear? Easy, simple? Anyone has any doubt?
एक बार सर और इसको समझा दीजिए सर.
Okay. So initially what happens here is I am telling int I value is equals to 1. So remember now, I value is what? 1. Now, when after initialization, we know that control will come to the condition. Okay. In the condition, what I'm telling, I less than or equal to 10. What is the I value now? Tell me, what is I value now?
Sir 10.
10 now.
Yeah, 1 and 10.
I value is 1. Look at
I
here.
will, yes sir. I
So
value is
I'm
1.
telling that whatever the I value is there, is it less than 10? I'm asking. So tell me, what is I value? 1 means is 1 less than or equal to 10?
Yes
Yes
sir.
or no? Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What will happen? It will return a true value. Then it will come inside a which one for loop and it will print I. So what is the I value now? You had 1 now. So 1 will be print. After that, control will go to this particular section. And what is there? You are incrementing the I value by 1. So what will I value will become? That is 1 plus 1, it will become 2. Then what will happen? Control will come back here. Now I value is 2, right? So it will check is 2 less than or equal to 10? True. Then what will happen? It will come inside, it will print I value. That is I value is 2. Again, it will go back. I value will be incremented by 1. I value will become 3. Now tell me 3 less than or equal to 10. True. It will come here. Again, 3 will be printed. Like this, the same loop will be repeated again and again.
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Sir, what if we do pre-incrementation? Okay, let me show you. Okay, I'll run a Java application. Okay, can you see it? Is there any changes here? No, right? Are we getting the same expected output? Just incrementation it is showing. That's it. Okay. Copy guys quickly. Write down the heading as write a program. Write down the heading as write a program to print. Write a program to print the numbers from. Write a program to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Write a program to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, if in case you want to print 100, guys, just replace this 10 by 100 and run the program and just open the console and check, guys, up to 100, all the numbers has been printed automatically. Okay. Quickly copy.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, without using this I++, can we
Hmm.
print the same program
Without.
using this I++?
Hmm.
Can we print the same program? Is there
Yes.
any?
Yeah, there are possibilities are there. You want me to show now only? I'll show you all the tricks. I'll show you. Can you wait for 1 or 2 classes, because in the looping statements are very important. Okay, I'll show all the tricks. I'm just going with the basic, right? So let me finish that. I'll show you. Okay,
Okay.
without writing these things also we can do it. That is also is there. So I'll show. Please wait. Completed, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, write on the next program, that is write a program to calculate the sum of numbers between 1 to 10. Numbers between 1 to 10. Numbers between 1 to 10. Means what is that I want to do? I want to print the sum, total sum of like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to 10. Now you have to add all the numbers and you have to print the sum of the number. Okay. Try to do that. See here, you know how to calculate a sum. That is a plus b is the possibility how we can calculate the sum of 2 numbers. And you know right how to get print the numbers from 1 to 100. Sorry, 1 to 10. In between that, try to write a condition and try to find the sum and come tomorrow. If not, I'll show you how to do it and go ahead. Am I clear? Try to write a program. See guys, do not copy from internet. Okay, if you try to copy, you will get the answer. That's it. Nothing else you are going to learn. Try to do it by your own. If not, don't try to copy from internet, at least now. Okay, keep it as pending only. In next class, I'll explain each and every step how you need to proceed. Okay, fine guys. Thank you then. And I'll see you guys on Friday, right? Today. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you, guys. Bye.